Welcome to Cosmic Comics, Games and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee or a delicious menu item while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Come by and say hello to Maui. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
Hi everyone, Daphne Lage here. Join Nita Lanning and me on the Ragin' to the Vlogs show, where we talk about everything, nothing, and all the bits in between. Looking for hour-long conversations about indie comics, social media marketing, and crowdfunding, with the occasional rant and story time? Head on over to the Ragin' 2 channel on YouTube, Mondays through Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern to join in the chat.
Hit the button.
And good evening. Here I am. I am R.J. Carter, Senior Managing Editor here at CriticalBlast.com, Chief Envelope Licker for Critical Blast Logistics, Myopic Proofreader for Critical Blast Publishing, and I answer the phones for Critical Blast Consulting. And what kind of day has it been? It's the kind of day where I pop my beer at the beginning of the stream and I'm already halfway through it. So it's been one of those days, but the good news is that I can actually walk around the Critical Blast Cavern here now. I've got some walking space because we shipped all the domestic product for the Embrace is out the door. If you are in the U.S. and you've been waiting on your copy of the Embrace because you bought a signed copy or you had some original art coming, they're out the door. They're gone. Tomorrow morning, already labeled, already purchased. If you're in Europe or you are in Israel and you're expecting the Embrace, those are the last 2 boxes to leave, and they are a couple of big crates right here. So they are going out, and then I'll have space for about a day because that's when we start packaging up the company men. Yes, the company men has already arrived. Not everything is here yet, which is why we haven't put it out. We're waiting for the 3rd book and the personalized independent little drawn trading cards, the sketch cards. So once we have all those and the metal prints from Phoenix Animation, not to be confused with tonight's guest, then we will be packaging all that up and getting it out. We like to have a quick turnaround on these things, but we can't do anything as long as the entire package isn't here. We got to hold on to what we got. So tonight we are going to provide some exposure to another campaign here. We're going over to Indiegogo, and this one is called 2100 Samurai. And it took me a little bit of reading the campaign to realize that there's only one samurai, but it's in the future. And it's the year, guess what? 2100. It's AD 2100, not 2100 AD. If you're a writer, get it right. The Anno Domini comes first. BC comes after the number. AD comes before the number. A little bit of trivia there. You learned something. That gives us our educational points for the night. So we will now welcome to the stream Nick. Glad to have you here, sir.
So before we go forward, I thought you also had the title of like Resident Cool Guy.
No. Never had that title. Never in my life have I been that.
I
appreciate it. That is a title, by the way. That is not a name like Thor. Okay, just Thor is a name, people.
Power of Thor. Whoever wields his hammer shall possess the power of. Like people forget those 2 letters, O-F of Thor. When Captain America wielded Mjolnir in Endgame, he didn't become Thor. He wielded the powers of Thor. Sorry,
yes.
You got me going.
It's difficult for some people to guess. So it's like
I
finally said
2 letters.
Yes, I finally put a picture together just to make it simple. I had a picture of Naomi, and she's blasting the screen. She's like, I changed the word blue. Says, "Take my power now. You are Naomi." It doesn't work that way, does it? Because Naomi's her name.
No. It's not like a title. It's not like a mantle you can pass down. It's literally his name, Thor Odin's son.
Yes. But it's a title now because the writer said, no, it's not. The writer did something stupid. And that's what we're saying.
The writer's created Ironheart. That doesn't mean it's going to stick.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about 2100 Samurai here, because I got questions. And they're probably basic questions you've already heard on issue 1, because this is the elevator pitch from my perspective. This is a samurai that somehow gets thrown through time into the future.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking the very first thing you probably had to get over with the first issue is, hey, how is this not Samurai Jack?
Yes, I literally hear that probably out of every 5 streams I do, I hear it probably every 4.5 times. So it's something I'm well versed in. Coincidentally, I've never seen Samurai Jack, and what kind of sucks now is I feel like I can't watch Samurai Jack because everyone says it's like Samurai Jack. So I've just kind of always been on my back burner of things to watch, and now it's kind of I can't watch it because what if I take ideas from it,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is the very basic level of it. Samurai goes to future Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of the story, not so much anymore. But
no. No, it's very different. It's very
So if you hadn't seen it, then where did all this come from?
It kind of evolved out of my love of cyberpunk, also anime, and like stuff like Ghost in the Shell, Blade Runner, Matrix. I kind of all threw it into a blender, kind of added my own little spices to it here and there, and then when I was done cleaning up the walls because I forgot to put on the top, I was left with Charred Samurai.
There you go. Yeah, I like the idea of, and it's repeated through a lot of different stories. Man from the past ends up in the future, and they had this future shock. It wasn't quite the same thing in Brave New World, but the main character was still I'm not from this technological society, and here I am thrown into the middle of it now. There have been others. Of course, my favorite goes in reverse, the Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court by Mark Twain, where modern guy goes back to the olden days.
Wait, wasn't that a movie?
It was a movie once, yes, but it was a book first.
Because I remember watching the movie as a kid and I liked it.
Oh yeah, Bing Crosby.
Wait, Bing Crosby was in it? I thought it was like a Disney movie.
Connecticut Yankee. It might have been a Disney movie.
No, you said a kid in King Arthur's Court.
Oh, a kid in King Arthur's Court. No, a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. Yeah, there was a Disney movie.
Two different things. They're talking two different things.
Yeah, but there was a movie of the Connecticut Yankee, and it came out in 1949, starring Bing Crosby with Rhonda Fleming, and she was hot. Directed by William Bendix. I'm classic movie guy, so.
Oh, it's fine.
Because I'm old. They were new when I was watching them.
They are new. I watched it with Jesus Christ and dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was with me, Jesus, the dinosaurs, and Brian Williams. We were all there together. No one remembers the Brian Williams.
And I'm
names.
sure Keith Richards is probably there in the background shooting up.
Oh yeah, well he was telling us what the story was about because he'd already seen it before.
He wrote the story.
Yeah, he's like, now watch this. They're gonna do this. So 485. You got 19 days left. Is this your first 30 or your second 30?
My first 30.
First 30. So you have plenty of time to make this then.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a second 30?
It depends on if I get funded because I really want to get these out to the people. So if I do get funded, I'll probably just go go in demand on it and then just kind of move forward and kind of fulfill it and get people to stuff because I really want to get these to people. I got kind of other irons in the fire kind of things and whatnot. But if it doesn't get funded, then I will very much probably do a second month.
Okay. And like I said, it's a flexible goal. You're going to be doing it anyway.
Yeah. The difference is in the number of copies I print. That's basically where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Is this number 2 of an ongoing, or do you have a limit in mind?
This is part of an ongoing. I am working towards a volume 1, and there's going to be 5 issues in the first volume.
Okay, so ambitious and ongoing. So he's going to have other quests coming up here because as the story sits right now, he came back with his wife, mate, girlfriend, fiance, and she's been taken. So
yes.
The quest is, find the girl.
Yeah, and then he the last page of issue 1, he meets this woman named Tyler. That's the lady you see on screen, kind of off to the left, the floating head. And then in the next issue, Tyler and Kiro kind of get to know each other together. They need each other for different reasons. Like Tyler Kiro can kick all sorts of ass, but he's not really accustomed to the social cultures. He gets stopped by the cops almost immediately after splitting from her, and she kind of talks the cops down, greases their palm a little bit. And then and it kind of takes it back to the sister Judy. Some stuff happens. A mystery player appears, kind of messes stuff up, and an awesome fight ensues.
Okay, so thrown into the future, and things start to happen.
Yes, I got an awesome fight on these moving trains, kind of like a train pit miles wide with all these crisscrossing trains, and they're fighting each other and they're hopping from train to train. It's going to be really good.
Oh, that would look great in animation if you could ever pull that one off.
That'd be nice.
Move it to that arena. So this is Tyler Schnee. She's the character that you just mentioned was introduced at the end of issue 1.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, let's since she's the first one we're seeing on the screen here, tell us about her. Why is she in this story? Why is she going to?
So Tyler is like a streetwise urchin. She has a sister named Judy, who Judy runs like a brothel. It's kind of, you know, and she runs it like a normal business kind of thing. Where like, but Judy, like, she loves her sister. She only really comes to the brothel when she needs something. Other times she just kind of lives on the street. Oftentimes Judy will get her to do tasks like meet with people and run on the streets, and that's kind of where we kind of meet Tyler. Is she was supposed to meet with the warlord Gladden, and it kind of went wrong. She runs away, runs into Kiro. He kind of serves as like her bodyguard and whatnot, and you know, kind of things go from there.
All right, so she's got a reason to stay with him then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I was just curious about, you know, met this strange guy. Yeah, we're going to keep hanging out.
Yeah, it's like he kind of quickly recognizes, like, yeah, he's armed to the teeth. Yeah, he can kick butt, but he's kind of an innocent soul. He, you know, he means well. Like, you know, you can kind of intuit that, you know, and, you know, kind of just see that in him, you know, because those kind of people, they show themselves pretty well.
Yeah. Now he's Japanese. Is she Asian as well?
To be honest, I never really determined the nationality. My process is I create characters and go from there. So she could be Japanese, she could be Caucasian. I haven't really decided on nationality yet. She's, you know, some type of whatever.
Because I just asked because, you know, it's hard to tell in black and white, and she does have the long black hair, and she's, you know, doing the stereotypical martial arts thing. So I'm thinking
she's meant to be kind of blonde. He's meant to be more of a blonde. Just didn't really show up in the character design. You can kind of see the streaks.
Yeah, a little bit there, but not so much in the actual page without the coloring. Because I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if that was his like great granddaughter that that he's been paired up with there, and they don't know it yet. Typical time travel trope stuff, you know, frequency all over again.
For sure.
I do like how I don't know why she's throwing punches at him, but he's like, you know, are you done yet?
You'll see in the book. This is page 3, so like things kind of, you know, they meet, you know, some stuff happens, they establish things, whatever, you know. But yeah,
and then it's like, you know, well, I can't kick your ass. Let's be friends. It's like,
if you can't beat them, join them.
Love that fast transition. She's like, oh, okay,
yeah,
and you know, she's pointing to where they probably took his wife to the biofreak ward. Okay, so why would they take her there? Because she's not. That's
not yet, maybe.
Oh, so that's the place where they make people like that.
So yeah, that kind of ties into a larger story that I'm planning, like the mystery of why are they here? You know, like there's this portal in this village. This village has kind of been cut off from the rest of the world, and they've kind of been guarding this portal for generation upon generation. Then one day it activates, and they go through it, and immediately, as if they were expecting them, they were set upon by these guards, and one of them, something happened to one of them, and then they're about to grab Kiro, and then something happened, you know, as if they're trying to grab both of them for some reason. You know, there's kind of more to the story, and you'll just have to read and find out.
They were fishing for ancient samurai.
And they caught some.
So kind of like the city on the edge of forever then, with this portal kind of thing that's always there and being guarded. So if they're guarding it, then it's activated before. I mean, you don't just guard a portal because, hey, there's a portal here. We should probably guard it.
Yeah, like because Sangor, even though it's a Japanese province, it's kind of an island surrounded by mist. And the people of Sangor are just kind of like, they never really moved on with time. And they've kind of like, it's a forever feudal Japan. And so, you know, they can kind of fish in their waters, but they've never gone beyond the fog. They've never seen a reason to. And, you know, and this is just one of the villages in the region. And this one has has a portal in it. And the one day it opens, and the village elder sends them both through it.
Well, okay then. So you said that they've not moved on with time. Now my question is the portal actually taking them through the future, or just taking them out of the mists into current time?
Maybe not. I mean, it's implied to be a time portal, so that's what it might be. I mean, I guess you'll have to find out.
I mean, it is in the title, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Is he physically on the island, or is he like, is this new place he's at nothing at all geographically like where he was?
So
I mean,
the
counting
portal,
the buildings and stuff.
So time, it's like let's take out the idea that it's a time portal. He does physically go from one place to another, in addition to maybe or maybe not going through time. But he does move physically from place to place, because this story takes place in a futuristic Detroit. I call it Neo Detroit.
Well, that's definitely not Japan. So
definitely not. It kind of a few miles away.
Yeah. And it's, for being as futuristic as it is, it's still kind of run down. So, Detroit retains its charm. You've got the broken windows, you got the goop on the concretes, and at the same time,
one could say it could look like modern day Detroit.
Yeah, and even with all that, you still got
so much crap for that. I'm going to get so much crap for that, but whatever.
Yeah, Detroit knows what they are. But you still got the shiny corporate towers, and I like the curved architecture on this. It sort of gives it a high-tech kind of look to it.
Yep.
So he's ready to go charging in, katanas blazing, so to speak.
Yeah, but she's like
no, we don't go there. That's where they took her. No, we don't go.
And if you're gonna go, you might as well get some supplies, and to do that, we need money. So let's get you some money.
Yeah. And so that's probably why they're going to the
How many cyberpunk comics do you see where they go to a pawn shop?
More time travel stories than cyberpunk stories, but
yeah,
I'm thinking that he's got a really, really old katana that might be worth something.
Or his armor, or maybe he has some coins on him or something, which you might find out in the issue. You probably will.
See, that's my problem with time travel, is I can go into the future with no problem, maybe, if they don't change the currency. But if I got to go into the past, like I've got to get a whole pocket full of 1935 dimes so that I can, hit the drugstore and get all those copies of Action Comics when they come out and bring them back mint.
I mean, either that, or you go with like a bunch of like gold, bullion, like gold or silver on you.
Well, yeah, but then you got to cash it in somewhere. But yeah, well,
pawn shops.
Pawn shops, yes. Go to the pawn shop, then go to the bank, get yourself a safe deposit box, put the books in there, and then come back and go back to your safe deposit box.
Yep.
Will it to yourself. Okay.
Yep.
So how many pages are you looking at for this issue?
So this issue, I believe it's 20. I think it's like 22 or 24. I can't remember exactly.
But a standard floppy size.
Yeah, standard floppy size. No, definitely between 20 and 24. I think it's closer to like 22, 23. But it's been a while since I looked at the actual page count.
I like the rocket in the background here. It's got cracks in it. It's dirt on it. It's got a sign on it hanging out that says new.
They're following the GameStop method for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't look new to me, man. Also,
I do want to point out Tyler's last line towards the bottom. I'm actually kind of proud of. Any ladies that read it will be like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, no pockets, so still purses, which shouldn't carry one of those either. But
I mean, if you put like a iron bar in your purse, you could use it as a weapon.
Yeah, I've not paid enough attention to women's clothing to notice that they didn't have pockets. But
yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like women's clothing, like a lot of them. I mean, I hope it's changing where like they have like a lack of pockets and whatnot.
Not if you get your women's clothing from Rob Liefeld's House of Fashion. You will have pockets galore.
No, you don't get pockets. You get pouches.
Pouches. Well, yes, you get pouches. And if you're, well, of course, if you're a female getting them from Rob Liefeld's House of Fashion, you get a pouch for each boob and a pouch in the front. And then the rest of it is all exposed. I'm sorry, but not really.
It was a low hanging fruit. I don't blame you.
Yeah, it really was. Oh, I know what I was going to ask, because the 2 pages we've seen here are fully drawn, fully lettered. Is the book fully done?
Yes, it has been for about a month now. In fact, I'll send you a copy after the show is done.
Are you wearing an Ash Ketchum Pokemon hat?
Well, I want to be the very best, the best there ever was, so might as well dress the part.
Yeah, clothes make the man, right?
Wait. This is for you, Neff.
Get it turned around, a little bit cockeyed, and
yeah. Anyone who watches Pokemon knows what I just did. I'm gonna correct it, but I just want to do that for Neff.
I've watched. I think I've watched the opening trailer for Pokemon and maybe half an episode.
Basically, in the first season, whenever Ash turned his cap backwards, shit got real. So
okay. That's like when Ultraman goes for the.
Yeah, sorry, just frog.
Just for the job you want.
I mean, I would love to be a Pokemon master. So yeah, you are correct.
What's the meme? That's why I'm sitting in HR wearing a Batman costume.
Oh, I love that. I love that meme. I love it. My boss said dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So that's why I'm sitting in HR dressed like Batman.
Yes, but so that move is sort of like when Ultraman used the Specium beam. It's like, oh yeah, the episode's about over. It's time to do this thing that would have won the fight in the first 5 minutes. But no, you got to exhaust everything else first.
Yeah, it's not until he's blinking red that stuff's about to happen.
Yep. He's about out of power. Oh, come on, Hayata, figure this out by now.
See, the last 20% is when the real magic happens.
Yeah, and of course, I'm watching I want to say the new Ultraman thing now. I don't know. It's animated. It's Hayata is still in it. So I know that there's been all these other Ultraman shows that are not Hayata.
Yeah, look at this. They're still doing it.
And he's still super, even though he's not Ultraman.
Have you seen any of the ones from Japan, like the fan subs of them, like Mebius, Nexus, Triple S?
No, seen none of them. I know they exist, but I've only seen the original. I've got the original Ultraman series on DVD, right next to my Johnny Sacco collection of DVDs, because that's how I watched them as a kid.
Have you seen Ultraman versus Kamen Rider?
No, is that a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie from the 70s. So I'm a Kamen Rider guy. That's my thing. I'm a big I'm sure you've at least heard the name.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, so I'm a big Kamen Rider guy. That's my jam. Ultraman's cool. Don't get me wrong, but there was an Ultraman X Kamen Rider movie.
Cool. So that was like a franchise crossover back in the 70s.
Yeah, it's because Kamen Rider is Toei, and then Ultraman is, I think, Subaraya Productions. I may be wrong, but yeah.
I know that they one of the monsters that he fought in the original series was the original Godzilla suit.
Oh I know what you're talking about. It was the 50s one. They kind of put this weird thing around its head. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of the monster, but yeah, it was actually the Godzilla suit. They just kind of put this thing around its head. Exactly.
I loved Ultraman, the original. I watched Johnny Sacco, but sometimes that one would scare me. I mean, I was 6, okay, watching this on VHF channels, and I remember one of the monsters was like a giant vampire, looked like human, but with big long. I was like, holy shnikes! That would kept me up at night.
At some point, every superhero has to either face a vampire or Dracula. It's kind of the law.
Yeah, because it's everybody wants to see that fight. You've got to fight a vampire. You've got to fight an intelligent gorilla. Are there any other tropes? Yeah,
mummies, zombies.
Okay, so what villains can we expect to see in 2100 Samurai? I mean, other than giant evil megacorp.
Well, basically, you'll see several different varieties of biofreaks, which are kind of basically like mutants or a god. Sorry, what Frog said. You'll see, so basically, like you'll see kind of like a hyped up martial artist named Marrow. Then there's a guy that appears in issue 2. It's a bio, because like not all biofreaks work for Ensnar. Some of them don't. Some of them are kind of the property of warlords or whatnot. And I've got this one character planned where like he looks like a little kid, but he's just made of living electricity and whatnot. And like the only way to defeat him is they have to shut off the power for the entire block because he's like feeding off the electromagnetic fields all around.
Okay. Frog G's been putting out links to everything that was a trailer, plus this campaign, plus his own campaign. Which, yes, Frog G.
Frog G is
putting that out there.
I'm just gonna say that right now. Frog G is the goat.
Definitely that. And we've got to get you scheduled. You ever feel like something's crawling on your neck and you can't find it? I'll find it when I get bit. I have been stung by a scorpion in this room before, so if I start yelling, we'll know what happened.
Hopefully, it's not a radioactive spider because you're not going to be.
That would be cool.
You're just going to get radiation poisoning. You're not going to be.
Yeah, I'll die of leukemia. But I promise the world this: if I get bit by a radioactive spider and it gives me powers, I will not try to take over the name of an existing character and use his gravitas to propel my fame. I shall come up with a new name, like Old Spider Dude or something.
Not Spider-Man.
I will not be Spider-Man. I will be like the Amazing Spectacular or something like that. Frog G, talk to us. Get on our show. We got to get you on here.
You could call yourself Ditko Lee.
I'll call myself Too Tired to Go Fight Crime.
Yes. I crawl up the bed, not up walls.
Yeah. When I was a kid, that was a valid job prospect, superhero. I had it all planned out. I was a bit disappointed that, there weren't any supervillains to be ready to thwart because they're like, there's no crime in this town.
Why does everyone have to be so nice to each other?
Yes. Small town Midwest, where's the villainy? And how am I going to swing off of these one-story houses?
Well, see, here's your problem. You live in Illinois. All the bad people are in Chicago. That's where all the bad people are. They have this one city where they congregate at.
That's by design. We're trying to talk them into making their own state. And then we'll all be happy.
Oh, Chicago becoming a city-state would be a glorious disaster, and I can't wait.
Yes, the state of Cook, please. Just do that, and then the rest of Southern Illinois. You can even be Northern Illinois and Southern Illinois. We'll take the division.
Yeah.
So there are going to be some challenges for Hero to fight, other than just a bunch of science guys. Well, I was going to ask you, the company or the agency or whatever it is, Ensnar. Does that stand for something, or is that just a variation on the term ensnare, which is what they do to people through the portal?
Yes.
Both. Okay.
It's both. It's there is a Mr. Ensnar, that's kind of like the name he took, but it is also a play off of ensnare and snarl. It's both. It's Schroeder's reference.
Got it. And of course, the cars are all flying in 2100.
Fulfilling the childhood dream.
Yeah. All the cars fly 100 years from now. It's just
one of these days, I think I'm probably what I'm going to do in one of my future issues is I'm going to slip in a DeLorean in there and I'm just not going to tell anyone.
Nah, don't. Yeah, just see if they see it. I mean, I was already checking the junk pile here. I'm like, okay, what Easter eggs are we going to find? Because
I did put with issue 1, I actually put an Easter egg on the credit screen, and so far no one's found it.
Well, now
for issue 1. Well, I challenged them on Easter, but no one. They were too busy shoving chocolate bunnies in their mouth to bother. I mean, I don't blame them. Chocolate bunnies.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I've still got a package of marshmallow Fragas that I haven't opened yet.
Oh, yes.
I'll save those for another stream. Yes, my pink marshmallow fragas.
They look yummy.
If you get it, you get it.
They look yummy.
They're food of the gods. And there's the 3 ways to eat them. One is right out of the package, which nobody does that, because you've either got to A, let them go stale, or B, microwave them. You put a little Peeps chick on a graham cracker and you throw it in the microwave. That thing blows up to kaiju chick size and then collapses back down. But, yes, that's ooh. No, that's something a tick villain would do. Is like, just hide Peeps on the rooftops of all the different places and then hit them with microwave beams so they go. And then,
oh, I'm getting Ghostbusters flashbacks.
Yes.
Now, if you wanted to do a brand tie-in, that'd be a good way to do it.
Oh yeah, if you could actually get like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Peeps and stack them up and then microwave them, that would be funny.
Yeah.
Of course, you'd give people cancer with an open microwave gun too, but yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not. I don't want people to get...
Fine art costs people. All right, so tiers.
Yes.
We're not crying. We're looking at collections here.
All my life, all those things will be gone, like tears in the rain.
Yes. Featured tier is you're going to get. Oh, you got the digitals of 1 and 2, and the physicals of 1 and 2. So this is your catch-up set here. You get everything that's happened before, everything that's happening now. $50.
Yeah, actually, could you zoom in on me? I wanted to kind of show some people some stuff.
Bring it in.
So this is issue 1. And this is the one I did. I actually only got like a few copies of issue 1 left, so I'm gonna have to do like a second print run and whatnot. And then I mentioned the trading cards that you can get, and these are the trading cards. I have them right here. I wanted to show them to people right quick. Now this is set 1, which you can get these cards with the ketchup tier. So this is what they look like, and then here's the back of them. And then they're kind of color-coded to each of the elements.
Okay.
So,
elements, that plays a role in this?
Yes. Kiro is the Songor Samurai of Earth. And so that's the front. And then this is the back. And it kind of shows you like their stats, their abilities and whatnot.
Okay.
And then, like I said, and then Mishi is the Songor Samurai of Wind, and so it's kind of more of a bluish color. And then Dinkin, a character who showed up in issue 1 and who will return. I got a storyline planned for him. He's the Songor Samurai of Fire. And for those who are quick, yes, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, and rain. I'm having a Chuck flashback now.
That was the element were deliberate.
So, not having read the first issue yet, the portal opened up. They went through it. Did the portal close?
Yes.
Okay. So nobody else is going to come through it, saying,
At
"Hey,
least
where'd
not,
Hero go? I'm going in after him."
I mean, it might open up again, and the Songor Samurai Fire might walk out.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna kind of clue you in on more on that. So I got a storyline planned to where Dinkin comes to the city, where the portal opens up, and he steps in. He's a Songor Samurai Fire, and basically by this point in the story, Kiro's kind of become less honorable. Like the city's got to a man, stuff like that, and then Dinkin kind of comes in and kind of reminds him of who he was. And so Kiro can kind of start being back on more on the honorable path. It's one of those, like, when the hero is in their darkest hour, someone will come to bring them back to the light. That
Ronin's
kind
got
of
to do what a Ronin's got to do.
Exactly.
So that's another samurai story, too. Was Frank Frank Miller's Ronin. Are you familiar with that one?
I think I've heard of it. I've never actually read it.
Yeah, it's Ronin and Daredevil were basically the two things Frank Miller was doing at the same time.
I love
And
Daredevil. So
yeah, well, Daredevil was fighting, Ninja also in his title at the same time, and then he was doing Ronin for DC. And both of those, story-wise and style-wise, are what caused Eastman and Laird to put the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles together. It was a riff on, it was a parody of that.
Didn't they like kind of tie in the origin of Turtles with Daredevil? Like the same ooze that made Daredevil also made the Turtles?
Yeah. There was sort of an unofficial homage in the book. It was the ooze that made the turtles radioactive and grow. It was the same stuff that got in some little boy's eyes and made him blind. But Daredevil's fighting the hand. The turtles fight the foot. Daredevil's trained by Stick. The turtles were trained by Splinter. It was all that stuff
and more, and we loved it.
And Ronin was fighting weird things, and the turtles were fighting weird things. So,
Krang!
It was a cool time to be in comics.
It was, I guess you could say, cowabunga.
Yes, absolutely.
Ninjutsu.
So, if you've already gotten, or if you can't have physical copies, because we have people like that, and you just want, 1 and 2 digital only, $4. That's like $2 a copy. George, if you haven't already spent $4, I'd be surprised if you're even in the chat, sir. Because George jumps on the digital copy stuff. And for $10, you can get the physical book, and you're going to get the 2 digitals with it. So it's basically $6 for the book.
I just want to add, for the $10 tier, you can do an add-on for $5 and get issue 1.
Oh, you realize what you've done there.
Well, the thing is, the all together also has the trading card sets, as well as an exclusive set. There's also going to be an exclusive 7th card that I have not revealed. Okay.
I was like, that's a lot cheaper deal. But yeah, if you're not going to get the collectible cards, then go for the featured tier. Trading card frenzy. This is where you can get. This is where you get the issue 2 and the second set of trading cards. So there you go, 15 for that. You're going to have a holographic cover. Is it the same cover on holographic print, or is it a different cover?
Same cover.
Okay.
Same cover, just shinier.
Shinier and casting rainbows.
All the rainbows.
Only $20 for that one, which is that's your standard cost for a crowdfunded comic these days is $20. So
yeah,
you get it's actually a deal in comparison to what the other books are costing for the same page count.
So the difference between the Backer Go-Go and the holographic one is this one is a limited edition. This will only be for this campaign. So with this one, it'll be hand numbered and hand signed by me, and then maybe I'll try and get it signed by the cover artist as well. The cover artist was a man named Arville Jones. He used to work for Marvel. Really great guy. And it's going to be hand numbered like 1 through 25, and it's going to say Backer Edition on it. And these will only be for this campaign. Now, the holo foils, I'll probably reprint at another time. That one I'm not putting exclusivity stamp on. Like, it's limited to 50, but like there probably will be reprinted. These will never be reprinted again. So it's I'm going to do the run of Backer copies. Once they're sold, that's it.
All right, so for $70, you got only the best. Now, this is a collector's edition. What makes it collector's edition? I'm trying to read through here.
It includes exclusive stickers and prints along with everything else.
And it will be hand signed. And this is just issue number 2, by the way.
Yes, the collector's edition does include issue 1 as well.
Okay. BBS or bust. Oh my God, you just threw me back into the early 90s. Bulletin board system, folks. That was your internet. Dial up the website you want to stay on, and then hang up and you want to get the new website.
I can't wait for you to see the credits pages of both issues, because issue 1, the credits page is an homage to the Commodore 64 loading screen. Like as soon as zoom me in. I gotta show you this. You're gonna love this.
Oh yeah, that's.
By the way, the Easter egg is on this page. So, you know,
Well, I'm not going to see it that on the screen here, but
Here-
I'll look for it now.
here's the hint I'm going to give: spelling stuff on a calculator.
Oh, okay. I'll
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say
I
it.
won't.
But
I won't.
I think you got it.
Nefarious, we covered this while you were out. It is 22 to 24 pages for this second issue. I'm assuming the first issue was the same size.
Yes, similar size. Yes.
You don't want to be on screen the whole time there like that.
No.
So what does BBS stand for in this particular usage?
It's basically to kind of denote that, like, I'm gonna put your name in the book, and I'm gonna try and do the page and kind of make it look like an old bulletin board style.
Oh, so I was right. It is the BBS.
Yes, you were right on the money. And it just BBS or bust was kind of a nice alliteration, because I was trying to go for like the cute names of the tiers.
Well, shoot, if you want to stay with that theme, this should have been World War IV of a kind. See, BBS.
Would you like to play a game?
Yeah, well, the BBSs that we dialed up were called WWIV, which everyone just said, yeah, it's World War IV.
I did not know that part, so that's on me.
It was the most popular bulletin board system to run was WWIV, and wow, yeah, you could email anybody else who was on that site if you were logged into that site, and then you could email them on the other sites at that site, and that's where they would get them. Wow, y'all
crazy.
Don't know what you missed.
No,
used to be when you got on the internet, your computer made noise first. Yeah, so, it sounded like you're grinding a clutch in the back.
My family first got internet probably around 97. The AOL days. I remember that. Like, yeah, I'm from Michigan, by the way. I got internet around 97. I remember kind of exploring that version of the internet. My sister Jody was the one who mostly used it. Metro Detroit, born and raised, baby. That's, Yeah.
AOL was trying to get everybody on the internet back then. And you were always getting the discs in the mail. One year, no kidding, I had a Christmas tree decorated with nothing but AOL mailer discs.
I remember that. The thing is, I actually remember when it was floppy disks. Like, I'm that old. I remember the AOL floppy disk was like 24 free hours.
Yes. Oh man.
Oh my God, I'm old. I am so old. I'm 34, by the way. So it's like
I'm 54. I'll be 55 next month.
I thought you were like late 30s, early 40s. That's what I pegged you.
Yeah, well, thank you, but no, I'm going to die a lot sooner than that.
No, you're not.
Yeah, next month, May 25th, be my birthday. Super chat it all up on that day, guys.
Oh yes, please give him all the money. Give me all the money today, but then give him all the money then. I've
never asked for a super chat in my life, even though we're monetized.
If you're going to ask for one, it might as well be on your birthday.
Might as well be. What I need to do is I need to get. If you're listening on May 25th, Mandy Summers, I want you on the show.
Ooh, that would be a good gift. Honestly, I've been in her streams before. She is like the sweetest person ever. I think she might do it. She's been on
the show before. We've had her on at least 3 times.
Then ask her. And honestly, if you tell her it's your birthday, she might do that as birthday gift because she's sweet. She's sweet as lemonade.
She is Comic Skate's sweetheart. I have always called her that.
She is so charming. She's got kind of like that Dolly Parton charm to her.
Yes.
Oh my God! I hope she hears that. She'd love that comparison.
May 25th is a Wednesday, which means that we actually have a show that night. So, yeah, we'll do that. Mike Walters in the chat. Welcome. Glad you liked and shared. And yes, at the top of the hour, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, and I know it's some other time Pacific. Mike will begin his show on the mic stand. So everybody hop over there and get your niche news fill of what's going on in manga, comics, and anime and wrestling.
I need to talk to Mike Sengen on his that show because this book is anime and manga inspired, so it's kind of in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, definitely hit him up. He's not on Twitter, so you'll have to hit him on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, so I'll get the details later.
All right, so wrapping up the tiers here, there's two left. The four of a kind. This is you're going to get a 6x11 print. Who's Lenore's doing the print.
Yeah.
I've seen her stuff. That's nice stuff.
She is amazing. She's an amazing lady. I consider herself to be a good friend, and she agreed to do an exclusive print. It's gonna be one print, but there's gonna be four of them made, and that's all that's gonna be made. I'm not gonna do, like, as tempting as it is, I'm not gonna make any more, and they're gonna be signed by both me and her.
Okay, but you got to make 5 of them so that you can have one. Yeah, you point to and say,
but I want my custom. But then it won't be 4 of a kind, and it doesn't really work as well. And I want my customers to get exclusives.
Well,
here's how I like my customers.
I've done signed copies of things before with books that I've had published through England. There's going to be 250 of them, but there's 1 through 250 of 250, and then there's A, B, C, and D of 250. So the editors.
Well, I will say that I was considering with the backers edition, I was going to print off 26, and that was going to be N of 25 or 0 of 25, and that was going to be my personal copy. But that's just more of a lower end tier. But this one, it's a higher end. I want people to feel exclusive, knowing that there's a 5th one out there. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. I want people to get what they pay for, especially on the higher end.
I think it'd be okay either way, because it'll be marked differently. It'd be marked as an editorial copy, publisher's copy.
Okay,
but drawn to the fame. This is where you get drawn in, right?
Yes, you can actually be in the comic, and no, you won't be killed off the same screen.
you might last 2.
Who knows? You might show up in another issue. I might. You ingratiate yourself enough to me, I might be like, oh, so that character that was not named, he's a main character now.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before, where it's where people have become recurring characters, and I've always wondered what happens if you paid your $500 or your $350 in this case to get drawn into the book as a recurring character, and you end up with your own title. Does the creator now really owe you a lot of money or something, or?
I guess it's for the court to decide.
Especially, if you're one of these characters, you get drawn in as a superhero of some kind, and these Legion books where everybody's got a power, and you turned in something that was a really cool power that resonated with people. I'd think that some deal would have to be worked out if you get your own book after that.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the moment where I embarrass myself or I cheer. But we're going to reload the screen and see if we got.
Let's just say I've been getting some email notifications. So.
Oh, look at that! All right, so.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I am officially okay. So I got to say, Critical Blast. Thank you so much. Thank you to the audience for getting me past 50%. It's been a hurdle, and I'm really happy for you guys. Thank you so much for getting me past that hurdle. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Nick, this is what we call our shake and bake moment on the show whenever we have the people in the chat contribute to the book.
It's shake and bake, and I help.
So whoever was in the chat, thank you. You helped get this thing over 50%. We appreciate you very, very much. So yeah, you're halfway there, 19 days to go. You on your way to 1,000.
Yes, so. I'm pretty. I have a good feeling. I get it. Backer kit projections are showing I'll most likely will. Doesn't mean I should let up on the grind, but it was kind of touch and go there for a little bit, but things are kind of starting to get back on track, and I'm really happy. You guys are showing up. You guys are saying you like it, and I really appreciate it. It makes me really happy.
All right. Well, Nick, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight and bringing 2100 Samurai.
My pleasure.
Are you considering at any point in the future doing any media interplay with other creators who might have a title that would mesh for a crossover kind of thing? I know that's a thing now. People are doing these crossover bits.
Funny you should say that, because I've already actually kind of announced it. I'm actually going to be doing this is kind of more of a longer term project, so don't expect it anytime soon. But there's another project from Core Studios called Bushi, which is another samurai comic. I'm doing a crossover with them.
Sweet. So 2 samurais, 2 different worlds crossing over. You've got
It might be a
portal.
little
I mean,
before. Yeah, it might be a little bit before it comes out, so don't expect it like anytime soon. But it's just like we've agreed to it, and we're going to be working on it.
That's cool. I mean, your story already has a portal device in it. Your plot device for making it happen is
The
built
plot
in.
device is already baked in. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Folks in the chat, thank you so much for showing up tonight. We don't have a show without you, and thank you for all those who did get behind this and backed it. You make me look good. You make it look like a place that creators want to come
Yes.
and get some
I'm
backing.
definitely
So
coming back.
I definitely appreciate it from everybody. And with that, of course, as always, while you were here, we just hope you had a blast. Good night, everybody.